As previously mentioned, we have an existing installation site over here. The probe has already been installed. We have a piece of conduit here that protects the cable. It goes to the telemetry system. So I'm going to do a probe installation now, but ultimately the goal is to have it connected to a telemetry unit like this. So I'm going to show you how we do the installation, the things that are important, but I'm not going to connect it to the telemetry unit because we already have a probe here that is connected. Just again, very quickly, all the tools that we need to install a typical soil moisture probe. This is a hand tool. Some people use a mechanical auger, a gas-powered mechanical auger or pneumatic auger. I'm just going to use the manual tool today. The manual tool consists of basically three pieces. It's the top part, and then there's an extension shaft, and then depending on the size of the soil moisture probe, we have various your cutters, and the whole purpose of this cutter is to use the soil that will gather inside this to make the slurry mix afterwards. So we are now going to proceed to install the soil moisture probe. Right, now we'll proceed to install the soil moisture probe. Very critical is the selection of where we position the probe. In this case we have a dripper over here and we have a dripper over here. This distance here is 1/2 meter, and the guideline is to go halfway between the wettest and driest area. So in theory, wettest area is right below the dripper. Driest area is halfway between the two drippers, and so we want to be over there. So we're going to go exactly in the spot right beneath the dripper line, or as close as possible as we can, and that's where we're going to install the probe. So that's the process that's going to follow next, and I'm just going to hit it like that. And again, we take the soil that comes out of the hole, inside our bucket, and we go down to the desired depth. Now this will of course depend on how deep or how long the probe is, how deep you want the probe. Typically for vineyards we would go for a meter, 40 inches, but this is just for purposes of demonstration. So I have a short probe to help me not use so much energy. So this is a little short 1/2 meter probe, so just for the purposes of showing how it's done, we only need to go down to 1/2 meter. Again, soil that comes out of the hole, we put it in a bucket. We make sure how deep we want to go, and it's right about there. And we spot on. Just a little bit more. The last bit. Right. So we make a slurry mix again. Now with this type of soil, which is a really sandy soil, there's a little trick, and the trick is we first push the probe into the soil and then we pour the slurry in. Reason for that is if you do it the other way around, all of the sand will go down and go and lie at the bottom of the hole, and then you need to redo the installation. So we have the probe, make sure we are at the right depth. I pull it out very just a short distance out. I pour the slurry mix in, work it a little bit, and then you can hear how it comes out. Pour some more in. Okay, you can see that. The balance in, and then we make sure that we have a very good fit. Now the key here is, once you've installed this probe, you take the infield tester again, you connect it to the probe, and then you make sure that you have a good fit all the way. Every sensor makes good contact with the soil. So it's easy, just connect it, go to the measurement section, hit it, and you go through the sensors, the different sensors, and make sure you have a good fit.